Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Storytime. I'm Miss Lyn, and I appreciate that you're here with me this morning. All right, before we get started with our story and conversation, we're going to have our special song that welcomes all of us to Storytime. Get your hands ready, and here we go. Here we are together, together, together. Here we are together at Graves Library. Your friends are my friends are your friends. Here we are together at Graves Library. Wonderful! I could hear all of you singing. You have beautiful voices. Thank you again for joining me today. And let's see, as we get started, I have a special guest today. Here she comes. She's going to say hello. Say hello, Priscilla. She's nodding at all of you. This is Priscilla, my prickly porcupine hand puppet. And she's decided that she would like to join us while I read my story, A Porcupine's Promenade. So let's see. She's checking it out. I'm going to push you down for a minute, okay? I know. You can come back in just a minute so that all of our friends can hear the story. My hand needs to be on the book. Okay, everyone, here we go. She's going to sit right here next to me, and I'm going to share my story. Yes, it's mine. I wrote it, and the illustrator is a friend of mine. Her name is Jamie Hogan, and the publisher for this story is Piscataqua Press out of Portsmouth, New Hampshire. A Porcupine's Promenade, an encounter in the winter woods. This story is based on a true encounter. My husband went for a snowshoe walk in the woods, and he brought his camera with him, and he did see this porcupine, and he followed it, and he took a series of photographs that I used to then write this story. I hope you enjoyed listening to it as much as I enjoyed writing it. Okay, here we go. A Porcupine's Promenade. Right outside my front door is an ice-cold winter playground. Mom, I shout, have you seen my snowshoes? I'm going out for a walk in the woods. Flump, flump, flump. My snowshoes push the deep snow down under my feet. The forest is cold in the morning. My hands are warm in my gloves. The sun is bright and shines through the branches of the tall evergreen trees. I see my shadow. I move quietly. In front of me, I see a big hemlock tree with patches of granite rock circling the large trunk. Who dug this hole? I am curious and bend low to peek into the darkness. Who is in there? Two bright eyes shine out at me. I know who it is. It's a porcupine. Good morning, I whisper. The porcupine twitches her brown nose at me and burrows deeper in the hole. I shuffle backwards because I know what can happen when a porcupine is startled. Do you? I quietly watch as she begins to creep out of the hole. The top of her small head is covered in black fur, and her cheeks are covered in tiny milk-white quills. Thousands of longer quills protect her furry round back and flat tail. The claws on her toes are pointed and sharp. I murmur to myself, you are a prickly porcupine, and I think I will call you Priscilla. Priscilla snuffles and grunts, and she waddles out onto a well-worn path in the snow, first down into the valley between the snowdrifts, and then up over the frozen hills of ice. I can't help smiling as I watch her coat of quills swing back and forth. With each step, I decide to follow her. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Priscilla hears my snowshoes behind her. Instantly, she turns, stamps her feet at me, and chatters and clacks her teeth. Her quills look as sharp as needles as they stand up straight in the black fur on her back and tail. I stop. It would be a mistake to move any closer. Priscilla's warning has worked, and she turns and moves on. When porcupines are threatened, or that someone is getting too close to them that they don't know, the quills on their back will stand straight up which makes them look much bigger than they are and hopefully will scare off whoever is watching them or getting too close. I wonder why Priscilla would leave the safety of her warm den to come out on this cold winter day. She waddles around fallen pine cones and down the snowy trail to a pile of hemlock twigs scattered on the forest floor. She uses her sharp teeth to tug the soft bark off the thick twigs. I think she's having a picnic. When she is full, she looks all around her. What will she do next? Priscilla moves forward in the snow on the trail and turns her head from side to side. The breeze rustles through the treetops. She stops at the bottom of a giant white pine tree, sniffs the cold air, and rubs her muzzle against the tree. Then she digs her long, sharp claws into the trunk of the pine tree and climbs. Scrack, scrack. She climbs higher into the thick branches, then stops and moves her head to look all around. She climbs higher and higher and higher. Where are you going, Priscilla? As she nears the top of the tree, I suddenly see another porcupine poke its head out from between the dense branches. Right away, I notice not just one more porcupine. I count 2, 3, and 4 more porcupines. It's a prickle of porcupines curled up high amongst the topmost branches of the tree. Look at that whole group in the trees. Now I know why Priscilla left the large, dark den under the hemlock tree. Have you guessed why? Priscilla has a family. She has climbed to the top of the giant pine tree to join them. They seem happy to see her and watch as she nestles herself into the crook of a branch. Her face turns to enjoy the warmth of the sun. She appears so content and happy to be with her family. Her eyes close on this peaceful, sunny winter afternoon. Bailey! It's Mom's voice, and it echoes through the tops of the forest trees. Time to return home. My snowshoes backtrack along the trail. And I wonder as I walk, do porcupines dream? What do you think? They might. I think they probably do. Along with the story that I wrote, I also did a little bit of research and added some more information about porcupines in this story. And I'm going to guess you will remember the name of this little porcupine. That's right, it's a porcupette. And I've included a glossary right next to another beautiful illustration where we can see Priscilla in the crook of the tree. And a glossary gives us information about words that you might not be familiar with, like the word den, which was in the beginning of the story where Priscilla was curled up keeping warm, and that's where a wild animal makes its home. And she made her home at the base of a tree. Okay, thank you so much for listening, everyone. That was very fun to read that story to you. Okay, Priscilla wants to come join us again. Here she comes. Okay, she's going to help show the craft of the week. So on the porch here at Graves Library, I have left packets of paper quills. She's going to hold on to this too. Paper quills and a paper plate. You will probably need an adult for a little bit of the activity, and you will need a glue stick and a marker, because you are going to make your very own Priscilla the Prickly Porcupine. She's going to try and hold this here with me. I've given you lots of construction paper quills to glue onto the paper plate, and hopefully you have a glue stick at home, and then a marker to create a fun face. What do you think? Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? All right. All right, everyone. That's the end of our story for this week. I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care. Have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you back here for another story time. Priscilla's going to wave goodbye. All right, there you go. Take care, everyone. Until next time.